Welcome back, y'all. We thought we was going to start the video off with us moving chickens this morning, and apparently somebody forgot to shut the chicken door last night. Chickens are already out running around this morning, and that's not typically like us, but I guess you could say it was somewhat my responsibility last night to come out here and shut it, and because I was the last one who come in the house, but I forgot. Happens to the best of us. So anyways, chickens aren't going to get moved this morning. I guess they'll have to wait till tomorrow morning. And the reason we like to move them with the doors shut is because everybody's boxed up in that house right there, and we can just bring them on and set the netting up around them and then turn them back out into their new netting. Of course, Megan can't come down here without loving on her cows, can you?
No, I'm going to check their water, thank you. I am being productive. Somewhat. They love me, though. They love me to come say good morning to them.
They act like they're ready to move.
They got plenty of grass over here.
I'm going to give y'all an idea of how much water we've had recently. Look at this. The ground is absolutely saturated plumb. Well, this right here is somewhat like a ditch line running right down through the pasture here. All the way through there to the bottom side. It's just a swamp. And I tell you, our grass has loved all this water. Absolutely loved it. Everywhere I walk, I just hear water squishing. But we've got an absolutely gorgeous stretch of weather ahead of us. And so I'm planning on taking advantage of that. Later today, I'm going to let the ground do some drying out. But later today, I guess I'm going to get back to mowing hay. And I'm hoping by the end of this dry spell, or nice spell, that I can possibly get into the field and start planting corn again. You know, we'll just have to see how things dry out between now and then. We've got about 5 or 6 days of just absolutely gorgeous weather. So hopefully by the end of this time, I'll be able to get back and do some field work, but we'll just have to wait on that and see. Well, you know what? Maybe you'll train her to be your new milk cow one day.
See?
Yeah.
It's so funny. But yet, if I walk towards her and she's not eating, she ain't about that life yet. She's really turned into a pretty cow, though.
Yes, she has.
Yeah, or pretty heifer. Hey, beautiful. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. She gets special treatment, too, because she's just like Candy. She won't fight with these cows and eat. So she gets her own special little pan, too.
Boy, that wind, that little breeze blowing, that's really going to help dry things out.
Yeah, it is. You ought to see the water standing through here.
Oh, it's right here, too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not mowing hay yet. I'm going to wait till this season. Hopefully some of this will, you know, because if our pasture looks like this, then our hayfield probably look like it, too. And I ain't going to be out driving around in the hayfield.
Well, you see, this is what I was talking about last night when I was telling you. That's just from feeding them here yesterday evening.
Just one day. Mudded up like that. Yeah, so you know if the if the pastures look like this, the hayfields are probably a mud hole.
Probably.
Especially over there in that big bottom. All right, you said that water needs to be filled up?
Yeah, I need to fill up the chicken water.
I'll run out there and get it. It still had quite a bit in it.
Well, I know, but it's getting less and less. Here, just bring it over here.
It needs washing out.
They got plenty of grass in there. They're just spoiled.
Yeah.
You think what? They would love this spot.
You want me to just leave it over here on this end?
Yeah. I guess we'll move them in the morning.
Well, I guess we'll move them tomorrow.
You know what I forgot to do?
What?
It'll be all right. Bring their food down here.
Oh, was it empty last night?
Yesterday evening, yeah. I'll bring it back in a little while. Yeah, I'll be all right. Did you already move this?
No. Moving that every day really has helped it from getting
Hot
overloaded.
spots.
Hot spots, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been in here a week yet?
Be a week tomorrow, I think.
Okay. Well, we'll just do it tomorrow morning.
Okay. They ain't got no food. They said, hey, there's that little girl brings us stuff sometimes.
I know it's been quite a while since we showed anything down here at the creek garden, and y'all just keep hearing us talk about how it's full of water. It's like, there's no way anything's getting planted down here. Well, I thought we'd make a quick trip down here and show you just how bad it is.
It's a swamp.
It's awful. Look at this. Water standing, water standing, water standing. The farther over you go, the wetter this is. We got a pond right there.
And, you know, I know some people will say we need to build it up. We've had people suggest that in the past, and we have. This is actually a lot better than it used to be.
Used to, right where you're standing. I mean, and it's still a wet spot
It
right
would be
there.
a hole.
But
of
it was
water.
terrible.
Yeah.
And when I done a bunch of grading down here, I took all these trees out from around the edge, and I went through and scraped up a lot of topsoil and brought all that over in here. And it's actually quite a bit better than it used to be.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is just the nature of bottomland. Every bottomland field around here I know of gets like this time of year.
If it rains as
I
much
mean,
as it
yeah,
has.
if we have this kind of rain, it does.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is what the creek garden looks like right now. I did manage to get the clover turned under and get it tilled before all this last batch of rain came in. And so, you know, that's how it did get in this situation here, because before this, it's been too wet for me to even work it at all. But I got it worked then, and now we wait till it dries out.
It'll be a while still.
Yes, it will.
But at least I'm thankful that we haven't already planted this down here, because we've run into that before too, and then it turns like this, and you lose half of it to drowning, and the weeds take it over because you can't get in it. So
that's right. We had the opportunity before all this rain started happening, and it was actually dry. I mean, everything was on the dry side, and we could have planted it then, and I bet it would have worked great. But with all the rain that we've had, it's a good thing that we never did it, because we would have probably lost most of it.
oh yeah, we've lost a lot of stuff down here to drowning through the years if we don't play our cards just right.
Yep. And that's the exact reason this garden right here is usually the last one planted of all of them.
And it's its own climate down here, so.
Yeah, it's cooler down here. Of course, it's wetter down here because we're in a bottom. So you just kind of have to wait till later in the year before you can do anything down here.
Now it'll grow some food though.
That it will. This land right here will
Yeah.
grow something as long as it don't drown. Ah,
Think he's coming back down?
I thought I'd come tell you bye. Got your sidekick with you?
Yes, she always comes down here and watch me, but usually it must not be too hot though. Usually it's under there. See your tunnel?
Yeah.
There's a tunnel where she is up under there.
Finding any?
Yeah. Yep, I guess I'll put these raspberries too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them there.
Loaded.
All right.
I mean, I ain't finding as many as we have.
Know where I'm gonna be.
Please be careful.
I'll try. Love you.
You ain't heard.
I'll see you in a few hours. I love you. Watch out, Tiger. Well, I decided to come on over and try to knock out some of this hay. I've got roughly 12 acres right here that's got to be mowed. Maybe 13. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and go mow the other field, which is about 12 to 13 acres too. And it's actually not as wet as I thought it was going to be. The ground, the wind is blowing like crazy today, and it's really dried it out a lot. Which hopefully in turn is going to make some really good hay. I hardly ever wear ear protection, but this tractor, this John Deere tractor, combined with that disc mower right there, is a very, very loud combination. I mean loud. And I can't stand to listen to it for hours and hours and hours. So, I listen to the radio. That's one thing I gotta say about this tractor here. I love this tractor. It's been maintenance free. It's been problem free. It handles great. It's got good weight to it. It's got good gearing in it. But it is so loud that was one of the considerations I took into effect when I bought my Kubota tractor. I decided that was one reason I didn't want another Deere, because they're just so loud. That Kubota's the quietest tractor I own. There is a slight, like extremely small chance of passing shower this season, and the sky is somewhat clouding up, so I hope that slight chance doesn't happen to hit over this field. It's not going to hurt a whole lot being that I'm just mowing it today, but I still don't really want it to get rained on. show y'all what kind of hay I'm dealing with over here. This stuff is thick. Let me stand back where I've already cut. It is tall. Gosh, I wish I could have cut this hay like a couple of weeks ago because it was in its prime then. If you look across the field, you see somewhat of a brown haze. That's the seed heads already turning, they're maturing, and this hay has already got kind of stemmy. However, there's some really nice stuff underneath down deep there, so I'm not complaining because it's still some beautiful hay. It would just been optimal if I could have got over here and cut this like 2 weeks ago. But anyways, I have a ton of hay to do here. I do want to show you my process for cutting hay. As I go around the outside edge of the field and work my way in, and yeah, this outside edge is kind of weedy, but then I'll come back around once I'm done and take this swipe all the way around the outside edge there. And where your tire tracks have laid that grass over, when you're coming back across here with it like this, you kind of pick that grass back up and it cuts it out. It'll cut it all back real good. But I'm gonna probably split this field in half and cut it. Big field back here behind me. Like I said, it's about 12 acres over here, so I really ain't got time to talk to y'all much. I gotta get rolling. This right here is thick out in the middle. My goodness. Stopped for a few minutes to look at my phone because the sky sure has started clouding up, and right now in about 15 minutes we have about a 75% chance that it's going to storm. Look at that sky up there, y'all. I just finished up with these two smaller fields over here. These smaller fields over here across the creek, grass is absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed and I'm gonna keep it going. And I hope that this weather is wrong and whatever storm is out there ends up going around us. But there is definitely a storm somewhere. So now what I've got left is this piece right here, and then that bottom crook's way on up in yonder, and it's a pretty big field up in there. Like I say, that small chance of rain that I was talking about earlier turned into a big chance now. And of course, it's just my luck. But there's still a chance that it may go around, so I hope that's what it does. I can see the sky a little better on this side. And if what's in that direction right there is coming our way, I don't have that great sense of direction over here because I'm not used to it. But if what's in that direction right there is coming this way, we're probably going to get wet. still at it. I ain't got rained on yet. It's been sprinkling, but I'm not going to hold my breath because there's still a good chance that I'm going to get wet. But I wanted to take a second to jump off here and show you what I just found. So apparently, a turkey lost a battle right here. It's pretty cool seeing stuff like that when you're mowing hay, because you're just out in the middle of grass fields and you see all sorts of wildlife. I've actually done run up 2 or 3 baby deers this time, and luckily I haven't run over one, and even jumped a turkey off a nest. But you just never know what you're going to run into when you're out in the middle of a field mowing hay. You do have a few weeds in it like this right here, but those really ain't nothing to worry about. And it's where we've mowed it so much later in the year, those weeds have had time to come out. Typically they won't be in the spring. Oh yeah. The sky is north right there. Man. I wish it would turn and go somewhere else. Golly. Y'all can probably see it now. Look at that dark sky. I should have known as much rain as we've had that if there is just a slight chance of rain, it's probably going to rain.
Burning. What? I know, honey. I know. Nah, I ain't forgot. Thank you for telling me.
My tree wasn't freezing, I still
Is Daddy back yet?
it sounded like he was about to be back.
I didn't do too bad, did I?
Well, I have got it done. This spot right here that I'm walking through, I'm walking out here to get my tripod. The spot that I'm walking through right here was so thick that I had to gear down on the tractor. That's the first time I've ever hit hay thick enough that it almost stopped that disc mower. But that's one thing great about a disc mower though, is you can mow damp hay, you can mow wet hay, you can mow wet grass, you can mow first thing in the morning. And as long as everything's right on that thing, you don't have to worry about it stopping up or clogging up or anything like that. You know, you might have a wad of hay get in it every once in a while, but it's not like a sickle bar or anything like that. However, I have got to say that I am one lucky man, because it tried and tried and tried. It's tried to rain on me for the past hour, and it finally come a hard enough shower earlier that it got my shirt wet, and that was it. I mean, like I said, I am lucky, and I think, I'm not 100% sure that we're in the clear yet, but I think it's gone. As you can see the sky that way, that's what just went over. Sky in this direction, it's clearing up, and I don't have enough service on my phone over here to tell whether there's anything else on the radar or not. But anyways, this part of my hay is on the ground. Thank goodness. To give you an idea, like I said, this is about 12 acres over here, possibly 13. And honestly, it may be 14, but I've always counted it as like 12 acres. Just to give you an idea, it is 4:30 right now in the evening, and I left my house at 12:30 this evening. So 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, yeah, 4 hours. So it took me 4 hours to mow roughly 12 acres in some really nice grass, thick hay, and that's non-stop. But that is counting the drive over here. It's about a 10 or 15 minute drive on the tractor. So anyways, that gives you a rough idea, using a 7-foot disc mower and a 45 horsepower tractor, just how much hay you can lay down in roughly 4 hours. Now I got to get back to the house, and if I'm not mistaken, since the weather looks like it's going to fair up, I think we're going to try to cook supper down at the creek tonight. 5.5 inches.
Yeah. How much we had? I said about 2.5, I think.
Yeah, nowhere near 5.
When we was, you step on something.
Think that pan's gonna get hot enough?
Did you probably bring 1 pack of hot dogs?
Yeah, but you know, there's no pack in the refrigerator in the drawer.
Y'all done eat them all?
I don't even have one. I've only had 3. Yeah, I've only had.
Well, those things were pretty good. They were just sort of different.
Why? I mean,
I had to put mustard on it.
was that bad?
No, it wasn't bad. Just tasty. Boy, that's a tiny special.
That's a good spatula.
That thing looks old.
It is old. What's granny?
Well, let's be hot. It's sizzling.
Have one there. They're gonna be good. And there's sometimes we don't let it sit there and
It don't get hot.
it don't get hot enough.
With patience this time. We got a good bed of coals instead of trying to cook on a flame too.
I still think my little pieces of wood help for that.
You the cast iron expert. How long I need to go before I flip them?
Not yet.
I was just wondering. I really don't know.
Let me sit there a little bit. The pan will tell you when to flip them.
How's that gonna happen?
It lets it go.
Like on a grill?
How does the grill do that?
Yeah, grill does that too.
I don't know. I ain't never cooked on the grill. Because that one's pretty non-stick anyway, so.
Comes some ashes. Some ashes will make it taste good. All the heat's coming out over here.
Because the wind's blowing like this. We'll flip one of them and see if it's got a good sear on it. If not, wait on the rest of them.
Not really. That ain't a good sear, is
Okay,
it?
no, just wait.
Just wait. You want me to flip it back?
Well, you can.
Leave the pan cooled off when they put them burgers in it.
Yep.
Look at all these berries I got.
Go!
Is that snails?
Yeah.
She called him Gary.
I heard her.
Yeah, they look good.
That's snails.
Yep, they cooking up right.
And I also found some with their heads sticking out.
You did?
Did you?
No, it's not them.
These look good, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Maggie, you know what? They didn't ever put out one of Flappy's daddy.
That's what I want to know.
Wait, ain't that the name of Maggie? That baby doll that's so realistic?
It's been a long, long time since I've seen those.
I know it's I don't even know the name. I've never seen what it is. Dad stole one of my plugins.
It's pretty interesting. I ought to watch it one time.
Hamburgers are good.
They're all pretty good, ain't they?
Do you know somebody named Flappy? Now, these are not scared me.
Huh?
And there he goes. He said, well, I guess you didn't like what I brought her.
Yeah. Look, I wonder if all these little homes.
Look.
He got something.
Yep, he's taking something in there.
Are y'all guys tired of working?
Poor little things, they work all the time.
Well, we hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I think we're going to kick back now and cook a few s'mores.
Yep. The cheeseburgers were delicious.
They were
Yeah.
amazing.
They're
If
always
you've,
good.
if you've never ate a cheeseburger over an open flame fire, you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah. It
I don't-
adds something extra to it.
It does. They taste so much
I
better.
don't know if it's the smoke. I don't know what it is, but
Smoke or the ash coming up into it or something. Anyways, they taste 10 times better than they do. Same burgers taste 10 times better than they do cooked on at the house.
yep. And
But-
my pan, the pan that you saw us cooking in, that's not my normal one I use in the house. Andy actually got me that pan a few years ago, and it's like one of those huge. Like
Yeah, it's a big one.
it takes 2 hands to
It's heavy.
handle that monstrosity. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video and hope you might have learned a little something. Until we see y'all on the next one.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.